Hello everyone. Welcome back to Play for Fun. Today, I want to showcase the expansion of my city, a city that I've been gradually building over the past 2 episodes. If you've watched those previous episodes, you'll know that my goal was to create a city after the game's Economy 2 update without using any mods. It's been a pure gameplay experience, complete with all the base limitations. As I constructed the city, I paid special attention to the industrial zone. I created extensive wheat farms, livestock and poultry areas, as well as cotton and carrot fields. Additionally, I established large stone mines alongside expansive oil wells. Right from the start, my aim was to kickstart the city's economy. As everything progressed, the city's population was rapidly increasing, and the city's income and profits were in good shape. Everything was poised for a population explosion. Alright, let's dive into the present. A city with a population of 56,000. And hey, take a look at that profit. It's downright impressive. Although, let's be honest, nothing's ever flawless, right? Let's address the healthcare system issue in our city. It turns out that the main challenge lies with the deathcare system, which urgently needs attention and improvement. As for waste management and recycling, we're doing reasonably well for now. According to the city's statistics, one of the top priorities is enhancing the educational system and schools. In this episode, I'm planning a significant upgrade for it. For the fire safety and police stations, everything is currently sufficient. As for public transportation, I'm planning a fundamental upgrade. But before I proceed, I want to bring the budgets for healthcare and education services up to 100%, ensuring that I can enhance the services as needed later. The moment has arrived. Our city is about to get its very own hospital, right in this central area, which I've had earmarked for a hospital since its inception. It's a fantastic upgrade for our medical services and can also support the population growth we're expecting. Pretty cool, huh? Now, let's talk about the real issue, deathcare services. As evident, the issue here was a shortage of crematoriums, which caused some trouble. But fear not. By adding a few shiny new crematoriums to this area, I've resolved the problem. Hopefully, our past citizens will find the peace they've been seeking right here. Let's give those city waste management facilities a little upgrade. With the necessary resources, especially a decent budget, why not enhance their efficiency and expand their capabilities? When it comes to our city's education system, I'm making gradual improvements up to a certain point that fits within our current city. But as we expand and add new areas, I'll definitely give it much more attention. For now, though, we're in need of some new schools. It really makes a difference. Now let's give our city's radio and internet coverage a boost. By upgrading our telecom towers, we'll ensure that the entire city, and even the areas I plan to add, falls under their coverage. This directly correlates with happier citizens. As you know, happiness equals greater profits and faster growth. Great! All the necessary tasks have been completed. Now it's time to add a new part to the city. I'll incorporate this new area using the same method and design we've used before in previous episodes. Well, as you can see, the deathcare issue persists. It's always there, and lately it's even more pronounced. But there's another reason behind it. A large influx of people is entering the city, leading to intense traffic and a surge in the number of vehicles on our streets. Consequently, various services, especially death care, struggle to reach different areas. However, fear not. I'll continue working on it, and if the problem persists, upgrading the main highways and city entrances should do the trick. For now, I don't see any major issues from my perspective. Alright. Since those death care notifications have been bombarding me, let's tackle the issue. As you can see, I've set up a temporary area near the new city part to accommodate a few crematoriums. Now, before our new population floods in, I'm planning a proper overhaul of the main highways and city entrances. This should alleviate the heavy traffic and ensure that various services reach their destinations without a hitch. As you can see, I plan to encircle my city with this wide avenue, but it won't directly connect to the highway. Instead, it'll serve as the main thoroughfare connecting different parts of the city. Essentially, the highway will run alongside this street. However, to achieve this, I'll need to unlock quite a few tiles in this area, something I'm not particularly thrilled about, but it's necessary. Although purchasing those tiles might have some benefits down the line, I'll definitely make use of them. However, considering the maintenance costs associated with tiles, buying and used ones could impact our profits. As I mentioned earlier, I'm extending this wide avenue around the city, and right alongside it, right in the middle of these two streets, I'll place the highway. By designing a few intersections in this area, we'll ensure smooth access to and from the highway. Additionally, this setup will connect the industrial and residential parts of the city from various points. It's a strategic way to distribute traffic focus away from just a few streets and disperse it throughout different areas. Alright. The traffic routes have been sorted out, and the highway is now nestled between these main streets, just as planned. Those intersections serve as both communication bridges between the industrial and residential parts of the city and the gateway to the highway. I'm extending this same design to the new city area I've created. But now I'll utilize the space that opened up when I unlocked those tiles for something special: farms. By creating an appropriate street network in this area and connecting it to the main street, we can make good use of this space. Let's establish plenty of farms. After all, they'll be ready to welcome the new population. Furthermore, this street network can expand in future sections, allowing us to have a more extensive and complete industrial zone in this part of the city. Although initially, I considered relocating the industrial area, perhaps we can simply remove the parts that are environmentally harmful and noisy. The exact plan isn't set in stone. I'll decide on the fly, and I don't have any preconceived notions for this city. It seems the city is ready for the influx of new residents. Now, let's see how it all comes together. I forgot to add intersections to the new city area before continuing the game. The lack of proper access from the highway caused this issue. No worries. Mistakes happen. I can easily address this problem. By adding intersections, we can significantly improve traffic flow and ensure everything operates smoothly. This way, we'll have a clean connection to the highway, and I'll make sure to avoid any future traffic snarls. Now that the highway connections and intersections are complete, before resuming the game, I'd like to extend the public transportation system to this new city area. I'm planning to create a main bus route along this wide primary street surrounding the city. Additionally, I'll establish internal bus lines for each part. The main bus route will be color-coded white, while the neighborhood buses will be red. And for the industrial area, we'll use green buses. Now that there's enough space, I want to create a designated area in city for the first university. Additionally, I'll use this spot to compensate for any educational facilities missing from our system. I can build a university here, along with a college and some schools. Our city needs educated citizens. Now, I want to level up our city's transportation system. Railroads and public transit lines can be incredibly useful. By adding cargo services and a train station, we'll not only enhance the industrial sector but also make travel within the city much smoother. In fact, this improvement will contribute to our overall happiness. Yes, increased happiness leads to more citizens coming in, keeping our city thriving and boosting its economy. That's fantastic. We've surpassed a population of 100,000. Amazing. For the final task in this episode, I plan to give our city another upgrade to its services. Well, it's natural. A larger population comes with greater needs, and we're here to address them. After that, let's hope we won't encounter any more alarms or notifications. Everything seems to be falling into place. With a population exceeding 100,000 and profits above 60,000, it's all looking great. Well, except for the efficiency of our services. I'll let the city run on its own for a while to see how things unfold. And yes, what could be better than this? The issues we had with services have been resolved, and everything in the city is running smoothly. We've hit a population of 110,000 and profit is now over 80,000. I've also kept the budget for all services at 100%, ensuring everything is just right. And wow! Public transportation is really paying off. Well, it seems like the perfect moment to wrap up this episode now that everything is in such good shape. Guys, I'm incredibly thankful that you've stuck with me through this video. Your support means the world to me. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's the perfect time. What are you waiting for? And if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to share them in the comments section, and as always, happy building!